Oh my goodness, here we are at the finals. Yes, after a lot of battling other watches, we got the final two in this Casio watch playoff series for 2024. And let me just say that it's been really fun to go through all these watches and to think about them, talk about them, and really compare them against other watches that normally they wouldn't be in comparison with. And I think this is such a great example of that. You got the Lineage LCW-100, just an amazing office, possibly dress watch, but just amazing office watch, versus the outdoor hiking watch that could, the PRG-30. And I just want to talk about these watches going, up against each other, and then at the end, I'll pick the winner, the overall winner of all the watches that I entered into this 16 watch bracket system, and going through them all. By the way, I hope that people have enjoyed this series. I enjoyed talking about it and thinking about my watches. So let's move on from there. Looking at these two watches, they are extremely different. The only thing they have in common, other than being timepieces, is the digital display, but it's so much smaller. Again, this is not a review of these watches. I've talked so much about the Lineage watch and how it's just amazing. I wish they had this in the US. To me, the Lineage line, if you want to be in a budget and not go like crazy in the G-Shock land, like Mr. G's and the metal G's, metal G-Shock watches, and you want to keep it within a reasonable budget and not go Oceanus, to me, this is where you cap it off, and they have some wonderful designs. I wish they would release more Lineage watches. Maybe they do, I don't know, but they don't have them in the US, so we're kind of limited. It's just great, and the titanium on this band, you have to feel it to believe it. Some people may not like the titanium because it's so light, they think it's like cheap and like a toy. I actually like the titanium because all my other metal watches have the steel band, and yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between these two watches. Just a lot of great thought went into this watch. Even the adjustment, how you adjust the band, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This is a wonderful watch. And of course, going up against that is the PRG-30, the hiking watch that I don't use for hiking. And I think the reason why I made it this far into this bracket is primarily because this is an up-and-coming watch in my collection. Not because it's ProTrek and ooh, wow, but because it really does check a lot of boxes for me at home. And that's been a big watch trouble spot, I don't know, but it's been a goal of mine to really think about these watches and their use cases. And I've always had a hard time finding the home watch because, all these nice watches, they're just dress watches, right? They just go office. Sometimes if I wear a jacket, nobody even sees it. I hardly even see it all day. But the home watch is the watch that I need to do the dishes with and to take care of my kids and give them a bath, put them to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night, wake up in the morning. That's a very different use case because it has to check a lot of boxes and it has to be very comfortable. It has to have a great light. It has to be a watch that can get banged up a little bit. It has to have some water resistance. It has to be able to be something that I can sleep with, which I can sleep with most watches, but I don't think I could ever sleep with a metal watch. And really this ProTrek PRG-30 surprised me. It really opened the door for me to explore ProTrek, and I'm really excited about other ProTrek watches in their lineup. I'm looking forward to getting them and just being able to wear them. Again, this is not a hiking watch for me, even though it's built for that, even though it's designed for that. I look at it as a great dad around the house watch. And sure, it could get banged up because of the glass, absolutely. But in terms of visibility and light and just all these wonderful things that this watch can do for me, and comfort, I should say, the strap and everything, comfort, this watch has really impressed me. And it's I think it's around, if you order it online, it might be around 180, 200 bucks. This might be a little bit cheaper with the yen, maybe in the mid 150-ish or so. So, they're reasonably close in price. I think they're worth way more than the prices, especially this one. For 150 bucks, I mean, come on, this is amazing. But even this watch, as a sort of entry level into the ProTrek world, yeah, I think this watch is done great. So that being said, drum roll please. If I had to pick one of these watches, which one would I pick? If it was in the store, which one would I actually pick? Boy, this is really hard. You know, it's the finals. But in just comparing these two watches, I think I would have to go with the ProTrek watch. And that, I know it sounds crazy because this watch is so good. You know, it's just this watch is so good. This could be it for me. For dress, work off, this could be it. All right, this could be the end of me searching for, you know, a nice analog watch. But this watch has just blown me away, and I wear it now around the house a lot. It has so many features. It's really been a big upgrade from the W86, which in and of itself is a great, wonderful watch too. Made it to the Final Four. And I'm glad that I got to put this watch up against the W86 directly in the Final Four round, because if not, it would, if it got eliminated without going up against this, then I think it allowed me to at least think about that, because as I'm wearing this now more than my W86 around the house, I think it's important for me to understand why and to really celebrate, I don't know what it is, but at least recognize that this watch, for my purposes, is great. Now, it's not to say this is the best watch in the whole world and you should go and get it. Again, I got other watches coming. And the next time I do this in 2025, I'm really looking forward to how this watch is going to compare, because if I get other ProTreks, this might not even be the best ProTrek that I have, you know, and if I'm battling it out against other ProTreks, yeah, it might not even get out of pool play, to use the analogy for like basketball or sports. But this watch right now, surprising to me, I will say, this made it. This survived the Sweet 16 Casio watch playoffs, and this is now the champion. And I think it's very appropriate that it's a ProTrek watch. I've been blown away by ProTreks lately, and you know, I'm just thinking about what can be replaced. You know, this watch, it's wonderful, but it can be replaced with Oceanus, with other things. This watch, though, even if I get other ProTrek watches, I don't think they're going to replace it as a home watch. Absolutely, as a hiking watch, this to me is a little subpar. But as a home watch, as a dad watch, as something that I need for my uses, not other people, but for me in my life, man, it's going to take a lot of watch to beat this, especially with the size of the display, the solar, the maintenance, the light is real good, the auto light feature, the comfort of the band, the weight of it, it's just, yeah, I know these things are kind of wasted on me, at least for my use purposes, but you know, just happen to be part of the watch. But this watch, it's really great, and I'm very excited. So going into 2025, this will be the champ, and very excited to explore other watches that Casio makes. So hope you enjoyed this series. I had a really good time thinking about the watches and putting them up against each other, and just yeah, I mean, this is a very fun hobby. I really enjoy this. I enjoy collecting. I enjoy thinking about them, and really, this is the first time I've straight up compared so many of my watches against each other that really have no business. I mean, these aren't even the same. These aren't even the same conversation when I'm looking at picking a watch for work or, you know, around the house. So I think it was very fun to do this, and I'm looking forward to doing this again in the future, maybe with more watches, or I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I had a really great time, and yeah, this is the champ, and I would not have picked this at all in the future. So thanks for watching.